Well, hello guys. Hello guys. Hello guys. Today I'm in Mendoza, in Salta, in Buenos Aires, in Argentina. Let's explore it together.
Hola, Mayan.
Hola.
¿Todo bien?
¿Todo bien? ¿Verdad? Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of What You Did. And today is another bright, beautiful and hot day in Buenos Aires. um, I'm coming to the end of my trip in Argentina, so Buenos Aires is the last stop in my trip of Argentina so far. So today I started my day quite late because I arrived to my hostel somewhere around like 1 in the morning last night from Salta. So yeah, I was a bit tired, and so basically I started my day quite late. So the agenda for today is to see a cemetery which is quite famous over here, and it's called Recoleta, Cementerio de la Recoleta. And if I tell you something about that place before going inside, as I'm sitting right now just outside that place, and I don't know if I'm allowed to take videos or continue my vlog inside the cemetery or not, but um, if not, let me just brief you before I go inside. So Recoleta Cemetery was established in Buenos Aires when the French came in early 1800s. So after they came over here, by 1822 or something, the cemetery was established over here. And ever since then, the most elite families in Argentina um, used to bury their loved ones over here. So basically, it's a resting place for the elite people of Argentina. Over here, you can find the resting place of many nobles from Argentina, ex-presidents and their families, and many more. So yeah, without wasting any time, let me take you inside and show you this place. So basically, that was the Recollecta cemetery, and it was quite small than it appeared on the Google. But if you go over there and if you know about the people who are resting there, so it could be interesting for you. Otherwise, it's better to have a tour guide with you who could show you around, like whose grave it is, and like they would explain you much more rather than going solo. For me, it was okay. I just spent over there like 30 minutes. It was good to see those graves. They were quite decorative as well, so it is something that I saw for the first time. But apart from that, it was very small and not time consuming. So now I'm going to a place called Santelmo Mercado, which is like an indoor market, as it was getting really hot and I wanted to eat something. So I'm going to that market, which is like an indoor market, and I will see what's inside that place. And what I've learned is that they have some antique shops and some restaurants, bars, and things like that. So I think it should be a good place to just relax a bit, have a bite to eat, and do some window shopping as well.
Day 2.
So hello guys, today is day 2 in Buenos Aires, and right now I am at a neighborhood or a zone which is called La Boca. This neighborhood was first established by Portuguese when they came over here, but then afterwards it was abandoned by Portuguese and no one was living over here. But fast forward to a little bit in history. In 1900s, Italians came over here and they started living over here, and they re-established this neighborhood. And this is also home to famous uh, football team called Boca Juniors, and the stadium is like a block on this side in this direction. So yeah, so this neighborhood is known for its vibrant, colorful houses and restaurants, street market, and yeah, it's a very vibrant neighborhood. So let's explore it together. And I'm also feeling a bit hungry, so I will find myself over here something to eat as well.
A few inches later.
So guys, after La Boca, I came over here to a place called Aveniendo Nueve de la Julio. Julio, yeah. So basically it translates the 9th July Avenue. It's called 9th July Avenue because that is the date of independence for Buenos Aires. And the unique thing about this avenue is that it's the widest avenue in the world. So basically, from one end to the other end of this avenue, it's somewhere around like 110 meters wide, and it stretches somewhere around like 3 kilometers in length. And basically, it was commissioned back in 1912. So after 1912, like the widening of this road started happening, and the basic construction started after 1912. So basically, at the center of this avenue, there is this big obelisk, and people come over here just to chill and enjoy the views, and there are many street performers as well. So yeah, it's a cool place to come. And definitely, if you are into photography or something, you can come over here and you can find some inspiration for photography as well. So yeah, and there is this big B&A made with some bush for the photography, for the Insta influencers. So yeah, if you are ever in Buenos Aires and if you want to see something inspirational, I would say, uh, in which you cannot in which you don't get bored, and it doesn't feel like a tourist experience. So definitely check out the neighborhood of La Boca and this avenue of 9th of July. Yeah.